Good day everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to a new review. For today I have a smartwatch called the Finow X5 Plus, and I'm gonna start this video by saying that this is one of the best looking watches that I've seen. First of all, the build quality is really good, and whenever you wear the watch it just looks really good on your arm. So yeah, I'm in love with this watch. Price-wise, it costs about $110 at the time of this video, but I believe this is the price on sale, and the actual price of the watch is around $140, $150. So yeah, it is a bit expensive if you don't buy it for like 110 bucks. For specs, we have a MediaTek 6580 CPU. This is a quad-core CPU. We also have 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, and out of that you get about 4.5 gigs left. We also have Android 5.1 running on this device. So yes, you have a full version of Android 5.1 running on this device. And this is basically a phone in a watch, if that makes any sense. Aside from that, we have a 450 mAh battery inside this watch. This is a non-removable battery, and you can make it on this battery for a day and a half, depending how you use the watch. So it really depends if you have a SIM card inside, if you have the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth on and so on. So it may be even less than a day and a half, depending on the usage. And for a very quick unboxing, the watch comes in a white box. On the front of the box we just see a picture of the watch, but that's about it. Inside the box you're gonna find the watch itself, of course. You're also gonna find the charger, and the charger, it's a magnetic charger that attaches to the back of the watch. However, whenever you charge the watch, you actually have to place the watch with the face down, otherwise that charger is gonna fall. You're also gonna find the USB cable, you're gonna find a little screwdriver because we have some screws on the back of the watch, 4 little screws, and the manual. And the manual, it's in Chinese and in English, and it's got a lot of pictures. The watch, it's made out of metal and glass, and we also have leather straps. The leather straps are nice and soft to touch. However, this is not the best quality leather that they actually used for this watch, and it's gonna be quite difficult to find leather straps that would fit this watch. On the right hand side of the watch you're gonna find 3 buttons, and of course the buttons are also made out of metal, but only the top 2 actually work. The bottom one doesn't actually do anything. On the left hand side of the watch you're gonna find a microphone, and yes, you can make phone calls with this watch. You also have Google Now on this watch, so you could dictate messages or anything like that, or search anything, because typing on this watch with that little screen, it is a bit difficult. So yes, you can dictate messages, you can use Google Now and anything like that, and making phone calls on this works very well, but you're gonna have to be very close to the watch for the other people to actually hear you well. What I like the most about this watch is the fact that we have a round display, and this is a 1.39 inches Amoled display, and I have to say that this is one of the best screens that I've seen on any smartwatch. So first of all, the viewing angles are really good, so you can see the watch no matter how you look at it. The colors are nice and vibrant, and the blacks are really black. So yeah, definitely the screen looks very good. And on top of that, it's even covered by some type of scratch resistant glass. Set a reminder for tomorrow. Don't forget to buy milk.
Okay, do you want to save this?
Yes.
Okay. Reminder saved.
The back of the watch, it's also made out of metal, and if you want to remove this you actually need a screwdriver, and you have to actually remove those screws in there. After you remove the screws, you have a place there for a SIM card. So yes, this is a 3G watch, and I use this watch on 3G and over Wi-Fi, and it does work good on both. And these are the speeds that I got over 3G and over Wi-Fi. We also have the speaker and the heart rate monitor on the back of the watch, and it really depends how tight the watch is around your wrist, because if it's too tight you're not going to be able to hear that well the speaker. The speaker gets rather loud, but considering that it's on the back of the watch and the watch is actually pressing against your skin, it is a bit difficult to actually hear that speaker. The heart rate monitor seems to be accurate, however you'll have to keep the watch rather tight on your wrist so you can actually read your heart rate. And there is an app in the watch there where you can actually open that and see what the heart rate is and so on. If you leave that app open, for example, it can measure your heart rate constantly. As you've seen at the beginning of the video, we have a whole bunch of watch faces available, and that's an awesome thing because this way you can change them around. You can even download some more. So yeah, a very good thing that we have all those watch faces. The cool thing about the watch face is the fact that it shows you the battery, some of them actually show you the weather, some of them show you the steps, so a lot of functionality for those watch faces as well. And another cool feature about this watch, the fact that whenever you turn the watch towards you, it actually turns on, so the screen turns on. So you do this, the screen turns on, you turn it around, the screen turns off. So that's a very cool feature as well. As I mentioned before, this watch is running Android 5.1 and this is a full version of Android, but moving through the UI and everything like that, it's done very smoothly. So first things first, when you swipe down, you're gonna get to the notification tab, and this is the same notification tab that you have on your smartphone, for example. And if you swipe up, you're gonna get to like a quick toggle setup basically. There you can see how much battery you have, if you're connected to the Wi-Fi, if you are connected to the 3G network, and so on. Then if you swipe right, you get into the apps. So you have the dialer, you have text messages, you have the heart rate monitor, you have the pedometer. And yes, I've been using this watch with the pedometer on for the entire time that I've been using it, and the pedometer seems to work good as well. We also have full access to the Google Play Store, but keep in mind that the watch is small, the screen is round, and most apps aren't actually made for devices with round screens. So you can download any app that you want. You can download Chrome, you can download the YouTube app, you can download all the apps that are available in the Play Store. However, it's going to be a bit difficult to actually use them. Using Chrome on this, for example, first of all, it's going to be difficult to type. I guess you could dictate, but then you have a screen this big to actually see whatever search results you have. So it is a bit difficult to use. The same with the YouTube app. You can download the YouTube app, you can watch videos, you can search for videos, but the screen is this small, and if you actually make that full screen, it turns around, so you have to watch on the watch the other way, if that makes any sense. So a lot of apps work on this watch, but it's gonna be difficult to use them because, well, it is a watch, the screen is small and round. There is also an app available that's supposed to help you send notifications from your phone to the watch, just in case if you wanna use this connected to your smartphone. However, after I connect the watch with the phone through Bluetooth, the app never recognizes the watch, so I wasn't actually able to get any notifications sent from the phone to the watch. That being said, you're probably better off to use this just as a watch without getting all those annoying notifications and so on, because if you're actually going to use this connected and get all those notifications, the battery is going to drain even faster. So definitely this watch, it's not really intended to be dependent on your phone. This is a device by itself that's got its own CPU, own memory and so on, and it can run and do pretty much everything that your phone can do. So it may be disappointing for some, but I've seen this for past devices, past watches running Android 5.1. So you can't really connect them to your smartphone and expect your smartphone to actually send you notifications. Because if you find an app that can send you notifications from this phone to that phone, that's basically going to work on this watch, because this is basically a phone in a very small case. Like most Android devices, the watch has a whole bunch of settings in there, so you can go through the settings there, display settings, you can change the languages. And speaking about languages, there are a whole bunch of languages available as well. So like most Android devices from China, they have a lot of languages available. Aside from that, you can even do updates. So if you go to About and check for wireless updates, there are updates for this watch, and I actually got an update just yesterday. I wasn't actually able to install it because the watch had under 30%, but yes, the watch does get updates. And it's time to conclude this video. So I have to say that I do love this watch. I love the way it looks. I love that screen that we have. That AMOLED display looks just gorgeous, and it's among one of the best looking smartwatches available, in my opinion, of course. There is that Moto 360, but with that Moto 360 you basically don't get half of the screen for some sensors, and it looks horrible. This one on the other side does look really good, but we don't have Android Wear, so we have Android 5.1, and that has its limitations because of the size of the screen of this device. The battery life, it's not great. However, if you don't use Wi-Fi, if you don't use the Bluetooth connectivity, and if you only use like the pedometer and the heart rate monitor, the watch will probably make it through like 2 days, and then you'll have to charge it. Now, you can use a SIM card inside the watch, and this can become a phone easily, and since you have Android, this is basically a smartphone. But realistically, I'm never gonna use my SIM card inside this watch because it's just too small, and this just looks awesome just by itself without being connected to your smartphone or anything like that. So hopefully this video was useful. If you guys liked it, press that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.